What up, everybody, and welcome to Baz on Blades. My name is Baz, and I talk about blades. All right, guys, we got another package in the mail today. Let's take a look at this. International? Well, what does that mean? You know, I had to look that up, and you know what that means? It means it's not from around here. It's from a fern place. It's a bunch of fernness going on. It's like you go across the ocean, there's land over there, and there's people. They don't speak English. Well, I don't know what they speak, but they don't speak English because I've heard them. I heard them on TV. Well, what we've got here, guys, and you know what? This is from a place where they do speak English, but with a much cooler accent than mine. This package is from Ireland, and that means it's from Paddys Potato Peelers. Paddy and I talk quite a bit online. You know, Paddy's got a review channel. And if you are not subscribed, please go over to Paddys Potato Peelers and subscribe to his channel. He really is a fantastic fella. He is just salt of the earth, and he loves knives, and he loves to talk about knives. He just has a personal love for this stuff, and the guys that are like that are the most entertaining reviewers to sub to. And recently Paddy has gotten into traditional pocket knives, and I sent him a trapper not long ago, a little Rough Rider, beautiful little knife with black cherry colored smooth bone handles, and Paddy wanted to send me something in return, and I got that package in today, and what he sent was a couple of Ganzo knives. And these are a couple of models I have not owned and I have not reviewed, so you will see upcoming reviews for both of these knives in the next couple of weeks, but we'll do a quick look at them right here. And the first one that he sent me was the G717. Now, this is an older Ganzo model. This is actually a second generation version of that knife, and I'm going to go into that in the review, so I won't cover it here. There's just a couple of things I wanted to talk about this knife right now real quick. This is a hoss of a knife. It's a little beast, guys. Look at how thick the liners are on this knife. And then it's got really thick, contoured... Dadgummit, where's the focus at on that? Contoured G10 scales on it. It's just a very solid, it is one of the most solid fill-in Ganzos that I have ever come across. And then the last thing is, look at the hardware on this. This really tickled me. There is only one size of hardware on this knife. The pivot, the screws to mount the standoffs, and the screw for the pocket clip, all the same big head T8 heavy screws. Everything about this knife is heavy duty, guys. It just tickles me to look at it, and it feels so solid in the hand. This knife is a user. All right. The next one he sent is an F7563. Now, this is one of Ganzo's carbon fiber models. I think we're all familiar with this model. This is let's say a tribute to a well-known knife from another manufacturer. Tribute is a good word. It's a tribute to that knife, and it's a beautiful design that has been very popular in a upscale model from another manufacturer, and has been very popular with Ganzo too. Now, this knife right here was a great gift, and I think it was more so than even Paddy thought it would be. When I got this knife, guys, the centering on this knife was really bad. It was way off to the clip side on the knife. And I love a challenge, and I love to work on knives. So, I mean, the first thing I did, I just tore this knife down. And what I found was this. both of the liners where they were stamped had large burrs around the hole for the pivot. So I had to take a small needle file and clean those burrs off. And then I polished the contact side of those liners. Also, this is a model that's got the hybrid washers, the one phosphor bronze and one nylon washer. And I took that phosphor bronze washer, and it had a really bad burr on the ID of it where it was stamped out. So there I go with the file again. I cleaned that burr off, and then I took that phosphor bronze washer and polished it on both sides. And then I took the blade also, and I polished both sides of it around the pivot on the bearing surface for it. So I reassembled, and that fixed the centering a little bit. It didn't get it all in. So I thought, well, man, you know what? There's something else going on with this thing. So I disassembled it again, and I swapped out the washers and reassembled it. And it didn't get any better. It stayed the same. Well, that told me right there that the problem probably was not in the pivot itself. So I tore it down again, and I went to my surface plate where I do my sanding and laid the washers up and eyeballed them, or not the washers, but the liners, and eyeballed them. And one of the liners was bent, probably either from the shipping where Paddy sent it over to me, or from the actual manufacturing process, from the stamping process. And when that liner bent, there's no way I was going to get the centering back in. So I bent that liner by hand, sort of eyeballed it against my surface plate with some light behind it, and went back and just about got it perfect. It is still slightly off. I mean, just a hair off. But it is pretty doggone close, guys. And I'm happy with that because the action is good. The lockup is solid in every direction. So no issues there. I'm going to count myself lucky and just stop right there. But that turned out to be so much greater of a gift than I think even Paddy intended for it to be, because I love working on stuff. I love the challenge when you get something like this folder and there's something off on it and you think, I can fix that. I can fix it. I just got to figure out what it is. And that was one of those situations here. It was something I really enjoyed doing. I can tell you right now, I can probably disassemble and assemble that knife blindfolded now. I've already had it apart 5 or 6 times working on that centering. But I really, really enjoyed it. Thank you, Paddy, for that. That was a great, great gift. So, guys, we're not going to get into this anymore. You're going to see reviews on both of these. Thank you, Paddy, brother. Not only do I enjoy your channel and your videos, I appreciate you reaching out to me and this gesture. I hope you enjoy the knife that I sent you. Guys, as always, thank you very much for taking the time to watch one of my videos. God bless all of you, and we will talk to you again.